Hello, and welcome back to the stream. Yeah, welcome back to this project that I've been working on for a while now. Yeah, I'm going to be carrying on with it today, and I'm pretty much almost done, so hopefully I can finish it today. But yeah, it's kind of at the point now where it's kind of hard to play all the way through, so I'm going to be doing a lot of this in quarter quality, but that's okay. And yeah, I've been doing some bits off stream just to speed it up a little bit and get a little bit further on with it, so I can talk through some of that now. Yeah. If After Effects wants to keep up, yep. Okay, so a few little bits on this impact here. I have just played around with the scale of these, this kind of RGB split scene. So each of these is set to red, green and blue, and then I'm just messing with the scale to like get more of a split on this like kind of impact here. So that's still something on that scene. Haven't really changed much else here. I've done a few like flickers of colors here, so like the circles flickering in different color. Same with the background, goes to red and then to orange there. And then I've also done a little bit of camera shake here, and that's just done by like separating out the position and rotation and parenting it to these wiggle controls, and then I basically have a wiggle expression that is linked to these sliders, so I can like animate the amplitude of the wiggle, so it like starts shaking a bit more here and then it fades out. Give it a nice little bit of screen shake like so. And then on here as well, I've also added some texture to these background trails. Let's see if I can view this on a higher quality. Yep, so I got some textures in here in these trails now. And I also just added some little shape animations to the square here. So you can see these like this like star shape in these circles are just animating up inside the square. And then if I come to the second scene, haven't really done much else here, but on this part here I've basically just added a bunch of effects, lots of blurs, and I got a lens flare effect on here to give me some nice bit of detail here, and also yeah, lots of other effects, some star glow, some exposure to bring up the brightness, and then I also have these rotating shapes in the foreground as well, just to like really sell the impact on this part here. Yeah, and other than that, I haven't really done too much more. I've added some other little like details here, so we have these like strokes animate around, and then these background shapes animate up, and then I'm also fading out to another background that has a colorama effect that I'm animating, and that is animating the gradient outward, so just even more impact on that part. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've been up to so far. And hopefully, yeah, I can get the final bits done today. So let's crack on. So the first thing I want to do is I've just copied that foreground shape comp. And I just want to have a play with this on the impact here where our square is scaling up. have a play with adding some of these in here. And that could be kind of cool. And they can fade out a little bit quicker. I might add a tint effect here and just set to like 50% so like the colors aren't coming through as much. I want it to be a little bit more subtle. So let's just watch that back. Let's just have a little play with that. Cool. And then what else have I got here? I've basically got a bunch of markers that I've been leaving some notes for myself. Okay, that's the foreground shapes done. And then over here I want to add a little bit of squash to the circle here. So let's come back in this comp. And I think I'm going to do this with a transform effect. And I'm going to set the anchor point down here. I've done this earlier on in this project as well. Set the anchor point down here and then copy those values down to the position so it's back in the same spot. And then if I click this here, I can then scale the height and width separately like so. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that here. Maybe a little bit before even. I can maybe not actually. I was going to add a little bit of stretch, but that doesn't really work the way I want it because the anchor point is at the bottom here. But yeah, I can still do something like this. See how that looks. And I'm going to add some easing to this. Let's make this shoot back up a little bit quicker. Cool, and I also think I want to get some echo back on this circle here. Do something like this maybe. Just real subtle. Cool. Nice, let's see what else I have in here. Got that, got that. Got that. Okay, I'm going to extend this scene control over a bit, and this is where I'm adding the screen shake. I'm going to add a little bit of that screen shake here as well. Do something like that maybe. And I will add some easing to these keyframes. So we're like slowly easing into the shake and then easing out nicely. Let's just see how that looks. Okay, maybe something just a little bit less. Nice and subtle. Cool. And then I also want to add some scale to these foreground shapes. I'm going to bring these down here as well. So they're kind of like scaling up and out of the screen a little bit. Let's make these go to like 125 or something. And I'll just easy ease that end keyframe. Cool. Maybe I want to change the color of this, or I'll just leave it purple actually. Cool. Okay, now I'm gonna get another adjustment layer in here. Just call this effects. Change that to adjustment layer. I'm going to put a CC lens effect on here, which lets me kind of like distort the edge of my frame. And on this part here, I'm going to add a little bit of scale to these screen shakes. Something like this. Maybe even less on this one. Maybe do like 102. And again, get some easing on this. Maybe do like 102. Cool. Yep, and then I'm going to do the same again here. And I'm just going to check. I want to add some scale here because you can see the edge. Yeah, you can see the edge of the box here. So I just want to cover that up a little bit. And so, yeah, if we zoom in like that, that fixes that. And then again, get some easing on these. Let's see how that looks. Cool, okay. And then at this point I will use my CC lens just to add a bit of distortion to the edge of my frame. Do something like this. And this convergence kind of like, in a way, turns it on and off. This is kind of like the amount, I would say. So I want the amount to come in way sooner. Something like this. do something subtle. And then at this point, that can go back to 0 and 500. Cool, and I will also add a warp here. And that needs to go above the CC lens. Let's just have a little play with this. And maybe add a tiny bit of warp here just to make this like downward motion a little bit more like impactful. See what I can do with that. Maybe something like this. And at this point it goes back to 0. Again, that's just quite subtle, but cool. Okay, so that's that added in. I can delete that marker. Okay, I can do some of these points now. Let's just watch this on a bit of a higher quality. But yeah, I've been live for 17 minutes. I reckon it would take me around 2 or 3 hours to finish this. See how it goes. But yeah, hopefully, well, I'm pretty sure. I'm 95% sure I'll finish it on this stream, and then maybe a few little touch-ups out off stream. But yeah, pretty much everything is where I want it. Okay, cool. Okay. Yep, that's nice. Okay, so I wanted to try set this to half. I wanted to try add some little like stroke zigzags that I can animate with trim paths on this like impact here. So maybe I'll just try draw these on like so. Something like this. And let's bring these down here. I want the stroke width to be a little bit less. Maybe something like 2. I'll just draw a few of these around. Oh. I want it to start wider at the bottom and then thin out as we move up. Cool. I'm trying to add some like variation to these as well. Cool, and then maybe do one more like up here. And I think that last point goes out a little bit too far, so let's bring that in. Cool. And I'm going to name these layers. Let's pick a color for them as well. These can be a light orange. And let's call this zigzag 01. And then go through and number those. And I'm going to solo this so I can animate it, and I'm going to select all of them, hold control and double click this pan behind anchor point icon so it centers all the anchor points. And let's animate these. Let's get some trim paths. There we go. And I also think I might want to try wiggle paths. And I'm going to turn off the wiggles per second, and I'm just going to animate the random seed so it has like a jittery look to it. I'm just going to do time times 4. Maybe do something like that. Okay. And then I will animate along the path. Cool, so that kind of shoots up. And then I also want to animate the start. Like so. just going to play with the easing on that. I think that's kind of cool. And I will also animate the stroke path. Cool. So that can start on 3 and then like halfway through it can then animate down to 0. Just means we get a nicer like transition off. Cool. Okay, that is looking good. So I'm just going to copy this trim paths and this wiggle paths across all of my zigzag layers. So let's solo these as well. Cool, yeah, that's working. And I'm going to want to offset these a little bit because it's all just a little bit too the same. And also, it looks kind of weird how they all end in the same kind of shape. I don't know, that's just bugging me a little bit. So I can straighten that out with this size parameter here. So I think what I'm going to do, similar with the stroke width, is just animate this off at the end. Maybe do it a little bit after the stroke width. So then it turns into a straight line at the end. Maybe I'll bring that in as well. That feels a little bit better to me. So I'm just gonna copy this across all of these. Cool, okay, so I'm gonna try and make these feel a little bit more random as well, and just like shorten some of the keyframes and lengthen some of the others. Just very subtle. Cool. Let's see how this looks with everything else. Cool, okay, and I also want to add some position keyframes and just have these move kind of up and away from the square, like so. Let's do that on all of these. Cool. I like that. And let's choose a color for these as well. What do we reckon? Something like this, maybe? Two different colors. Not sure about this light blue. Play that back a little bit. And for some reason I have a blank frame here. Well, let's see, put it. Yeah, that just happens sometimes. That's so strange. If I have it on anything other than half, when I have a warp effect, it's always warp. It's always warp. For some reason gives me black frames. It's so strange. But yeah, I know that won't be there in the final render, so I can ignore that. And maybe I will put these on a different frame rate as well. Maybe like 12. Maybe you can be 16, you can be 14, and you can be 12 again. That's kind of cool. Kind of like got that Spider-Verse vibe to it where like different things are different frame rates on screen. Kind of like playing with that. Okay, cool. What have we got here? That's that done. And then let's try and create these layers. Let's make a new comp. Make it a little bit bigger than the actual size of our main comp and call this optical flares comp. Get a new solid. Call this fractal noise. I'm just going to scale that to the comp. And then scale this up to like 1500. Put the complexity down. And bring the contrast or the brightness down. And then if I go here and do wiggle 0.1, 600. Get some nice, I don't know what you call that, kind of like lens flare or something. And then if I set this to add and duplicate it and change the random seed, get a few different ones going on. Cool. And let's call this fractal noise 1. And then if I add a colorama, I should be able to, yeah, get some color on here. So I'm going to ramp blue, or ramp red rather. And then I can color these. And then I'm going to have to get coolers.co, just because colorama is annoying. And I want this blue color on these fast ones. So I'm basically just using this to get the RGB values. Because they're wrong here and I can't be bothered to change my bit depth. Cool, let's set this to RGB. I'm just going to move this onto my other monitor. So this is 158. Cool. Now we get these blue flashes of color, and I think I'm going to increase the wiggle amount to 0.3. Let's see how that looks. Also, where have you gone? Gonna add a noise HLS auto. Just add a little bit of noise to those. Or maybe I'll just do it with normal noise. See how that looks. And I'm going to duplicate this. Turn this top one off. Set these both to add. Yeah, and then I want to change the random seed on these so they're not like in the same position as my other ones. Cool, and then I will change the color of these as well to my pinky color. And then turn this blue one on again. We get these kind of nice flashes of color. Doesn't that look nice? Cool. So then, let's make our way back to this Scene 01 animation comp. And I'll bring this optical flares comp in. And I'll set this to add. And I will, oh, also something I want to do. I want to like add a wiggle to the opacity. So I'm going to do that with the compositing options and bring this down so I get the effect opacity, and then I can do like a wiggle 6,40. I'll stick that on all of these fractal noise effects. I'll just add a little bit more detail to the animation. Hey Callum, how you doing? Hey Moises? I'm really bad with names. How are you doing, man? I'm doing good, thank you. Yeah, I'm just trying to finish off this little personal project. It's going well. I'm almost there, almost finished. Should be able to get it done today. And you can see they have a little bit of like flicker to them as well. That's nice. And I'll also add that same opacity, but just a little bit less on top of the actual layer, so I'm like layering it up. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm just sort of like on the last. I have all the animation there for this piece. I'm just like layering up the last kind of like final details now, so I'm getting there. But yeah, my project is getting so like busy now that it's really hard to watch things back. Cool. King Appleby, get to work. I don't have any work. This is my work for today. I'm an influencer. It's my full-time job. Cool. Loved your portfolio, man. I've been using it as a reference to build my own. Oh, nice. Nice. Thank you. Yeah, that's cool to hear. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's nice. You can see you get like flash of color there. Nice. And I'm gonna make this effect a little bit less. Set that to 50. Yeah. Are you almost done with your portfolio? How's it going? Yeah. I think I have quite a few like personal projects on my portfolio, so I feel like I got a good mix of stuff I like doing and a bit of like client work as well. It's nice to just keep it like really streamlined and really simple. You want bowling alley animations? Is that like the corridor? What is going on here? Corridor digital stuff. I want to find these. You know about these? These are so funny.
Next hot thing is going to be bowling. I agree with the political message. I found none.
Just really offensive ones. Maybe next time. Cool. Okay, that's looking good. I'm not going to fade this out all the way. Let's put it at like 20. Yeah, me too. They're so funny. They're so good. I'm subscribed to their website as well, and the stuff on there is really good as well. All the behind the scenes stuff is so cool. Cool. That is looking good. That's all of those points done, I think. Getting through it. Let's delete this. Delete this marker. And come have a look at these. Okay. Yeah, enjoy. See you later. Cool, okay. So one thing I got down here is I wanted to add some like flickers of glow. I've already got some down here, but like I want to try and layer that up a little bit more. So let's grab a adjustment layer. Let's stick this up here. I'm going to call this deep glow. Cool. And I will be right back. 2 seconds. Cool, I'm back. Okay, so yes, deep glow. So I was thinking maybe on these impacts, let's just see how deep glow looks on here. Have a little play. Lower the threshold. So yeah, we can just like kind of pick out the highlights here. That looks kind of cool. And if I bring this down a little bit. Maybe turn on the chromatic aberration as well. Cool, and I'm going to keyframe the exposure and the effect opacity. Oh. Let's do something like this. Something like this. Just get a little bit of glow on here. I'm not really quite sure what I'm doing with this yet, but I just want to see how it looks. Hey John, update. I'm delaying the big Valentine's project and making it a normal animation instead of one for a specific day. Nice, nice. Is that because the deadline was getting a bit too tight? It's probably easier to make something more generic as well. Maybe be a little bit more creative with it if you're not like stuck to just doing it about Valentine's. Oh, that mean you gotta like rework loads of it, or you kind of like reworking what you already have? Okay, that's kind of cool. It like, you get a real nice bit of glow there. I feel like it might be a little bit too much. But then if I turn it down, you lose the nice like hot kind of whites in here. Maybe do something like this. I'm gonna duplicate this effect because I want to layer this on top and have it happen here as well. That's kind of cool. And then maybe have it happen here as well. And then we can cut the adjustment layer off there. Let's see how that looks. Let's try play it at full quality. I can't wait to get this done. Done like 10 streams, I think. Yeah, 10 streams now. I can't wait to hit render and watch it back as well, because I keep having to watch it all back in like quarter quality because it's so intense now. So I'm probably going to find a few like little things that I want to change when I render it out, but I'm going to do that off stream because it would take forever to render. But yeah. And just cutting out the last part of the video when the lady says Happy Valentine's Day. Okay. A shorter loop for that. Okay, cool. Is it more about like love and stuff in general then? But then just like lose the attachment to Valentine's Day. That's a good way. Don't want to release it if it's not perfect. Yeah, I'm the same. Everything's got to be right. Obsess over like the tiniest ever little details on like a few frames. You got to make every frame look perfect. That's the way I like to do it. At least for my personal projects. Okay, cool. Nice. When do you think you'll have it done by now then? Cool, I'm happy with that. That's looking good. Maybe I can tone this down a little bit more. And maybe even more on this part. Cool, okay. Probably next month or two, I don't know. I'm gonna be doing a shortened post for Valentine's Day now, and I have a tiny collab with an illustrator on the 20th. Nice. Nice, man. You're doing like lots of stuff on the side. I love your pet day. Nice. Cool. I'm looking forward to seeing those. Nice. So I want to add some like particles in the background. So I'm just gonna find, I've done some of that here. Here we go. I'm just gonna copy these into this scene. And drag these down. And maybe let's change the color. Let's go for red. And these are just like bursts of particles. I need to change the colors. So let's do that. In here, I want these to be mostly like blue. Get rid of these colors. Mostly blue and this like pinky color. And then maybe a bit of yellow, maybe a bit of this white. Bit of this red as well. I'm dragging these like color points more to the right so these blue and pink colors can affect the particles more. So it's mostly these blue and pink colors. And also this light blue. Cool. And I think these should actually be a bit bigger. So I'm just going to change that in here. Something like that. Okay. And then I also change the color on these particles. Cool. See how that looks. That's nice because it still have something going on in the background here. Sweet. Alright, so now I just want to see what this will look like with a stroke following behind. This might be a little bit hard to get looking right. Cool, let's just draw that on. and then I can try and match up. It's annoying that I can't keep this on screen. Okay, I can do it like that. No. Let's add some markers, some of these things. Some guides to show where these are. X marks the spot. Sweet. Still have to go back and check, but that's okay. Boom. And then let's have a little play with these Bezier handles just to line that up a bit better. Can get rid of these guides and this ruler. You can come in a little bit more. Sweet. Okay, I just want to see how this looks with like stroke following behind. So let's call this circle stroke. And I will animate this with trim paths. I'm going to kind of do this like frame by frame almost. Just match up with what the circle is doing. What do we reckon? I don't know about that. Definitely don't want it to be blue. Nah, I don't like that. I don't think that works. Nah, let's scrap that. That is okay. Okay, I think we might be pretty much done here. Ready to move on to the next. Yeah. I almost feel like this square needs to transition to like a four gradient effect. Like the gradient needs to be animating. Like the background feels a little bit boring here. I don't know. Yeah, let's try something here. So I could fade this in if I come to the compositing options again. And then I could have these points animating. Oh. Hello? Is the stream still live? I just got a notification saying OBS disconnected. Yeah, it looks like I'm still live. Okay, cool. Yeah, so let's see. So this should be this color. You should be this color, and you guys should be this color. And I will add a wiggle expression like so. This is like my go-to for any background or color gradient. Okay. And then somewhere around here I can fade you in so the background isn't so static. Maybe over like a really long period of time so it's quite subtle. See how that looks in here. Nope, that's the wrong one. In here. Cool, that feels like it's a bit more interesting when we get to this point, but it feels like really washed out here, so let's find those keyframes. So maybe it happens over like a quicker period of time. Something like this, maybe? Yeah, I think that works. Hey man, what's up? Hey Mono, how's it going? I'm doing good. Just finishing this animation today, hopefully. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Why are you disappearing there? Yeah, it's just warp being weird again. Giving me blank frames. Yep, that's okay. Yeah, I have like, I'm just adding the final like finishing touches to this animation today, so should hopefully get it done So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about how it's looking. And let's have a look at these particular effects. I want more blue, I think. Not on this one though. Over here I want more blue. You guys can be a lot smaller. And let's also have these be way bigger. Just done with one of my projects 2 days back. Now started on the next one. Ah, nice one. Congrats. Have you posted that project anywhere yet? Is that something to go on your portfolio or your showreel or? Has the circle always been coming out of the square like that? I can manually change that a bit. Okay. I've made a pledge to myself that my next post is going to be my show reel, then I'll start posting behind the scenes and all the projects I do. Ah, nice. I think that's a good way of doing it. Nice. When do you think you have your show reel ready? One thing I would say though, I kind of did it the other way. I like posted all the projects and then released my reel. I think maybe, obviously it's up to you, but if you like release the projects, you can like drive up some interest in your like social media channels and get things rolling, and then when you drop your reel you'll have more eyes on your reel. That's the way I thought about it and did it. But also it can work in the reverse way, because then I guess when you post all the behind the scenes and the actual projects, then people will be like wanting to go look at your reel. So maybe doing it your way is better. You have like more posts to get people interested in coming to look at your reel. Yeah, nice man. I'm excited to see what you've been working on. Okay, I think we're ready to move into the next scene, which is exciting. Yay. I do not sound excited. Okay, cool. So then again, a bunch of notes in here of stuff I want to do. Yeah, I am on Discord. Should I share my my Discord name? I don't know if I'm showing stuff I shouldn't be. No. How do I share my name? I'm so useless with Discord. Yeah, I am on Discord. I don't know how to show you my my name that you can add me with though. Ah, here we go. There you go. You can add me with that. I am on Discord. There's my username. Yeah. Right. So I think first thing I want to try is adding a little bit of animation to this RGB split comp. So if I scale you up, you can see you get more of a split here. That's kind of cool. So I want to do something like this. Just want to add a bunch of stuff to like sell the impact of the circle bursting up here. And I will add some exposure and some flicker to that. So I'm going to do a wiggle control slider here. Do this wiggle 10, comma, and have the amplitude controlled by this slider. And I will also keyframe the actual exposure to something like this. Yeah, I'm holding off now because posting on social gives a sense of accomplishment and I don't want that right now. I would like to get everything done first. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it. Yeah. I do that as well, like I've been working on a bunch of these, like, well, 3 of these social animations and I'm holding off on posting any of them until they're all done sort of thing. So I can like be done with it and have them like saved up as stuff to post. So yeah. Yeah, and you get like better engagement on social media when you're like posting more regularly. So I like to like save up a bunch of posts and then like do them once a week, and then I'm able to like build up more of a following that way. But yeah, I don't really put any pressure on it either though. I just make stuff when I feel like it and then save up like a bank of social media stuff to post. Cool. Got some nice flicker there. And I think I also want to play around with the circle texture a little bit. Oh yeah, I'd like to take a look. I won't show it on stream though if you don't want, but I'll take a look at some point. Yeah, hit me up. I'd love to see it. Cool, so I'm using my levels effect here to just like brighten up this circle. So I'm just going to increase that a little bit. And let's add some easing like this, so it's kind of slow build up to that point. And I think I want to add some like wiggle to just the texture, so I'm gonna do another wiggle control. I'm actually gonna call this X wiggle control and do one for Y. And then I can separate these dimensions and do this. See how that looks. That's kind of cool. Adds a little extra layer of motion going on inside there. I'm also going to layer up the rotation in here. Cool, okay. I'm watching it now. Ooh, that animation on the clock is really nice. Where it's like spinning. That's cool. Nice, that's really cool, man. Nice work. That is sick. You know what's so funny is I wanted to do a personal project about sleep. I've been planning it for a while. That's really funny. That's really nice though. You got real nice animation on like the lamp and the clock and the emoji. It's cool. Yeah, I've been planning like a personal project around sleep, but more of like more kind of like from a scientific perspective, and do it in like this kind of style and have a voiceover just talking about some cool stuff about the sleep and the brain. Yeah, that's really funny that you've done it about sleep as well. No, but nice, that is really cool. I really like it. Sound design is nice as well, the music on it. Is that just like a track you found, or did you get someone to do that? Okay, so I've got a list of things I want to do. I'm going to copy this twinkle layer. Come all the way back down to my circle. Let's put this on half so I can just see what's going on a wee bit better. Right, get rid of this slant, get rid of the rotation keyframes. And I'm going to parent this to the circle. Oh yeah, so no, yeah, nice. He's got like a real good library. Nice, yeah. Congrats. That's a real nice bit of like, nice bit of motion. It was very cool. Cool, now I've got this star glow effect, which adds these nice like streaks. I just want to add like a nice highlight here. I don't want this to be rotating with the circle. So I'm going to find a different way to parent this, and I think if I just parent the position, let's separate these dimensions and just parent the Y. It's going to send it flying off screen, but then if I move you back down, come on, don't do this to me. Okay, maybe if I do U plus U, then that allows me to still move it. I can turn off this. My next project is going to be more like graphic design animation piece with type and shapes, planning on doing 2 more 2D and 1 3D. 4 projects should be good. Yeah, definitely. That'll be a good amount of work to have on your reel. Nice. It's good to get like some different styles in there as well, so I think that's good thinking. Right, I gotta figure out how to parent this onto my circle. Maybe, okay. If I just parent you to my camera control. Nope. Let's have a little bit of crack at doing it this way. But then if I come in here and do like minus 100, I can position it like that. And then will that stick to my circle? Yeah, there we go. Sweet. I can do something like this. And have it like continuously growing a bit larger. Boom, nice. Yeah man, trying to show some variety. Getting into Buck Amsterdam would be a dream come true. Yeah man, go for it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's a really nice little project. Are you gonna put that project on your website as like a case study, or is that more just you want to put it on social media and then include some of it in your reel as well? Yeah. It's really nice. I think like people like to see that you can work with type, and then you just got some real nice easing in there. Nice little details on the water bottles as well with the wavy liquid. It's really cool. Cool, okay. Then let's add some more wiggle to you. More. We need more. Nice, yeah. I think people like to see that as well, like to see your process. That's something I try to do on my site as well, is like, you know, show all the process and kind of like some of the thinking behind it. I think people really like to see this. And then it kind of like builds up trust of like, oh, you haven't just like stumbled through this and ended up with like, you haven't just got lucky and ended up with a nice final outcome. You actually like have a process and a way of doing things, and you can kind of like prove your process a little bit. So yeah, nice man. You're definitely on the right path to getting in Buck and places like that. Yeah. Okay. That's that on there. Lens flare on circle. Tick. I want to copy across this optical flares comp as well, because that was very nice. I did a nice little something. I'm going to stick this towards the top though, so it can overlay a bigger section of the animation. Have it a really long fade out, so it kind of like affects the scene for a good amount of time. Nice, that's cool. Fingers crossed, I just hope I make it to a good studio and then grow from there. Yeah, I mean, even if you don't make it to an amazing studio to start with, it's still like a journey of like finding somewhere and learning and then building up. But you gotta shoot for it as well. Go for the bigger ones. I think you'll definitely have a good shot. Cool, okay. And okay, something, let's think what I want to do next. I think I want to get these cracks in here that I've been talking about for a long time, but been putting off because it's a little bit tedious, but let's give it a go. So I think I want them to be this brown color. And I'm just going to pull up the Illustrator file as well. I've got some good reference for how I want the cracks to look. Cool. You are in here. Wait. Okay, I want to do something like this. So I would like to help you out with your sleep project. Have me animate a few scenes if that's okay. Yeah, I'd be up for that. Yeah, I'm like very early days just figuring out a script, but I'll let you know when it's coming a bit further on. Could be cool to get some collaborations going on with it. Yeah, I'd be up for that. Cool, let's bring this shape layer all the way down to where it needs to be. Where is my square? I've lost my square layer. Okay, it's down here. Cool. Ooh, that's a good idea. Use chat GPT. That was a very good idea. I might have to give that a go. Yeah, I think I started working on the script last year and then I kind of just dropped it for a minute because I was like, it involves a lot of research, kind of. Because I want it to be like kind of factual and kind of interesting, so I was just having to do a lot of research about sleep myself and like REM cycles and all that sort of stuff. But if I can get AI to help, that would definitely speed it up. I'm just like, I don't want to make these cracks like too much. I don't want it to be too busy. I'm just trying to find a balance here. Cool, yeah, I'll take a look at the script later. Yeah, I did try use it once, like just to play with it, but it's like you have to like wait your turn sort of thing, don't you? It was busy, I couldn't use it at the time, but yeah, I do want to have a play with that. Okay. Yeah. I've seen like loads of videos of it on TikTok and it looks crazy cool. It looks really cool. Yeah, I will give that a go. Right. Let's have this crack coming out. A different angle here. Wow. I've just read it on Discord. That's what ChatGPT did. That's really good. That's mental. And then you can be like, can't you do stuff where like, I don't, so on that you could be like, I don't like line 3, can you try something else? And then it'll just give you like something else that still rhymes, and like that is mad. Yeah. That's crazy. I definitely need to definitely need to give that a go. Okay, so these shape layers are going to be my cracks in this square shape. So let's just get that working a little bit. Yes, we have to cut all these off here. Let's change the color so I can understand what's going on. Yep. And then I'm going to want to parent these all to the square. Yep, that works. And then I'm also going to want to mat all of these inside the square as well, but then turn the square back on. Nice. And let's name these crack 01. And let's go through and just name all of these. Sweet. So then I want to do a few things to animate these. Maybe you don't go off screen. So maybe let's start with this one. Let's just solo the square and the crack. So first off, I want to taper the stroke like so, and have the end width be like 5 or something, or maybe 8, 12 looks good. Um, 16? No, 12. Yeah, and then let's have a look. Play with this a little bit. Maybe set this end ease value to like 12 as well. Nice. Oh, got a fly flying around in here. Okay. And then get trim pass. Oh, we can get it animating like this. And then get some easing on here. Cool. And then I want to animate the stroke width as well, so I'm going to start it at like 4 and then animate it up to 12, so the crack is like kind of like growing. Yeah. We're going to give that a slightly different easing to the end on the trim paths. So we get a little bit of variation in the animation. Cool. And then what I'm going to do is do a posterized time do it by like 10 for now, comma value. I always spell value wrong. Do an expression like this. And that basically posterize. It's basically like adding the posterized time effect, but to only this end property. That's cool. Cool. Oh, this is gonna look sick. I got a good feeling about this. And then I also want to try do the same thing again and get a wiggle paths on here. That's a little bit too crazy, so set the detail down to 1 maybe. Turn off this. You set it down to 0, and then I can like add some jittering to it maybe. Not sure that will work, but let's do times 2. Okay, it's kind of cool. Where do you live, man? UK? Yeah, I live in the UK. I live in Plymouth, which is like down in the southwest. Pretty far away from like anywhere like London. But yeah. Yeah, and there is like hardly any motion studios around here. But yeah. Doesn't really matter now with everything being remote. Cool, okay. Now I just need to repeat that on all of these cracks. Yeah. I'm going to copy the stroke. Cool, and then copy. You're in India, right? That is right. Whereabouts in India are you? I feel like I might have asked that before, but I can't remember. Cool, we're gonna bring these keyframes in a bit. Wait. And then do the same on this one. This one's going to be a little bit different because I need to match the stroke width on this like little offshoot. That shouldn't be too hard. God. Cool. And then copy these again. What what I think I need to do here is bring the trim paths inside the shape drop down here. Yeah, so it's affecting these individually, so I can control when the little offshoot part is animating. So that can be like that. I'm just going to offset these a little bit as well. Sweet. India, I will try to get a spot at Black Amsterdam. I'm willing to move there too if needed. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. Yeah, Amsterdam seems like a cool place to live. I've been to Amsterdam on holiday, but yeah. It would be fun to live in Amsterdam for a bit. Any way to get out of the UK at the moment. Yeah. Okay, cool. Now let's get these other cracks animating. Yeah, and this is just a bit of a fiddly part, going through and copy and pasting all these effects and getting things looking right. Oh god. Don't do this to me, After Effects. Okay. Cool. And this stroke could be quite big at the end. Sweet. maybe this one can be a little bit thinner. And then the last one. Whew. You can come up to like 12. Do something like that. And you can be even more delayed. Give it a nice bit of variation there, and then let's turn all of these. Okay. Cool. So first of all is they're a little bit too thick, so I'm just going to come through and bring these all down a bit, maybe like -3 to all of them. And maybe they can start off thinner as well. And maybe they can all take a bit longer to animate. Something like that. And I'm going to use this useful little script to trim all of these to their keyframes. Cool. Okay. And now I want to add some like warpy motion onto this face of the top face of the square here. So let's make a new comp. And you can be 1080 by 1080. I've not got you right. And you can be square top side distortion map comp. That's a bit of a mouthful, but okay. And then let's get some animation going on in here. So I'm basically going to use a displacement map to create some waves along that top face of the square. And this comp is going to be driving that displacement. So let's just do some stuff like this. Something like this. I'm also going to animate the color a little bit because that helps drive things. So I'm going to like animate down to more of a, it's like based on the white and black value, right? So if I bring this more towards a middle gray, and it's basically going to be like fading out at this point. Let's get some blur on you. Okay, so I'm just gonna test this out now to see how it's gonna work. So let's bring this comp in here. Set you to gray and turn you off. Now let's get a displacement map on the square. Let's solo the square, and then we're going to drive the displacement map with that comp we just created. So come all the way down. And we're going to set these to luminance. And you can see we get that wave distorting that. So first thing, that needs to be way wider. And you can come to 50% gray, and we'll start this a little bit later. And you could do with being blurred out even more. And you could also be a bit quicker. See how that looks. Cool. Okay. So on these cracks that are coming up off screen, let's bring them up so you don't see where they are ending. And then I'm gonna bring you over so it's like already happening. And the color on you can be 75. Maybe go 80. And you can be 60% on the grey. See how that looks. That's nice. Nice and subtle. A little bit of warp on there. And maybe I can even keyframe you and have you start sooner. Do something like that. Cool, so it's got a nice little like ripple to it. Cool. Alrighty. Let's just try play this back a little bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna let that RAM preview. I'm gonna go get myself another drink. So be right back. Cool. I'm back. Let's see how we're doing. That frame looks cool. I think there needs to be some more like delay between the cracks. Cool, okay. So this wiggle thing I've got going on here is bugging me a little bit. Let's get a CC reptile on here to just extend out this top edge. Cool. Let's try watch this back again. Just want to make sure that transition is looking okay. Cool. It's feeling better. Nice. I think I just want to bring this in a little bit. Maybe make this one a little bit slower. And then let's offset these cracks like way more. And again, bring these keyframes out a bit more. Cool. Okay. Just tick off some of these. And by tick off, I mean just delete them. All right, what's nice and easy to do next? Okay, so I think I want to add some color to these strokes. And these can just be a mashup of lots of different colors. Cool. Okay, so I want to do similar thing here. How am I doing this? Ah, this is okay, this is nice and easy to copy over then. Because this is just a adjustment layer, but I want to get the same burst of color in the background. So you can go somewhere like here. Maybe make this a little bit slower. Cool. And that needs to be down here actually. Just gonna fine tune those keyframes. Nice. And then I've also got a comp here. If you want to load, yep. With this, I think this could work in the background. Let's drag you down here. Set you to like overlay maybe. Just keep it low on the opacity. Something like this. There we go, even lower. Like 10. Just something subtle. And then I will grab these particle bursts. And they can go in the background as well. And I'll just change the random seed on these as well, so they're a little bit different. Cool. And then on these impact effects, let's get a CC lens again. Do something like this. Just add some screen distortion to the impact. Sweet. Cool, and I also want to make a duplicate of this. Just add a little bit of blur to the edge of this. And you can come down here. All the way down. Sweet. I can stick a camera lens blur on here, and the blur map will be that composition. And I will fade that out. Cool, okay, and then I'm actually going to jump back in here a second because I've got a composition here called Line Sparkle. It's just this little thing, nice and simple. Yeah, just done with trim paths and stroke width. But I want to add some of these in. say, where are we looking? On top of here. Let's change the color of this to a cyan. Cool, and you are way too big. So bring this down a bit. And I'll stick a fill on top. Let's just check this is the right length. Yeah, so let's trim this comp to this point. Get rid of some of these that I'm not using. Cool, and I'll just position a few of these around. Do something like this with those. See how that looks. Kind of want them to like just blend in a little bit, but just add a little something extra. See if I can play this on full quality, just so I can see that properly. Cool. That's cool. I like that. Sweet. And then I want to do the same sort of thing in here as well. There's almost too much going on here, but I think this will be my last bits I add in. Maybe. Let's see. And I want to bring you all the way down here. And let's parent these to the camera control as well. Cool. Let's take some colors on these. Cool. That's a lot of stuff. I'm getting through it. Cool, okay, one last thing I wanted to do here. Okay, let's get some of this going here. I want to add to like some like wiggly strokes. Maybe do a nice little loop-de-loop. Something like this. Yeah, something like that. And then another one over here maybe. Maybe you can do with less points. Cool. Let's see how those look in with everything. Maybe they should go below all of this stuff. Be a little bit thinner. I don't know if I like that. Nope, let's get rid of those. Okay. Jump back in here. And now on the style frame I have this grid in the background, so let's try do this. Let's just figure out how I can animate this on. Something like this. Maybe let's add a posterized time effect. Cool, okay. Let's get this other grid from the style frame in. Grid inner. And do the same sort of thing. And I will copy the easing with ease, copy the opacity keyframes. I will also copy the mask. Maybe. Yeah, it just needs to be set to subtract, right? Okay, cool. Let's get a posterized time effect on you as well. How are we looking? And I'm going to bring these opacity keyframes out a bit more. And at this point, we'll turn the opacity off on this outer one. bring the mask out for this inner one. Let's get some easing on that. And then let's play with the size. And then do something like this. And I'll put the frame rate back up to 24. And let's not do this with opacity. Let's animate the mask out. I wonder if I can just copy this mask path. Yeah. Cool, see how that looks. Cool. And then finally, I'll just finish this up with some more animation. On here. Cool. And then I also want to get these overlaid shapes in. Stick these in here. Let's take a look at how I can animate these on. Something like that. Maybe put posterized time on, set that to 12. A little bit of position as well. Cool, and then do the same sort of thing on this one as well. And then another posterized time. And these should probably come on a little bit later. Cool, let's see how that looks. Oh. I think this might be it now. I think it might be done. Let's parent these to scene control. And I think I want to like play around with this width, maybe like let's add a slider control, call this wiggle control again, and in here I'll do wiggle to comma here. Also do posterize time. And I will also wiggle like so. Let's see what that does. Cool. Let's put a higher value in there. Cool, and let's do the same on this bottom one. Just change those values a little bit. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, and these actually want to be parented to you, I think. Cool, now we can cut that layer off here. And let's bring this up and off screen here. Or maybe I just do that. Cool, and then also put a wiggle on the opacity. I think I'm good to go. Yeah, cool. I think I'm done. I'm not going to be able to play it back in full quality, but you can see it when it's on my Instagram. all complete. I'll probably go back and tweak some tiny little bits now, but that is it done. So yeah, I got there. It's looking really good. I'm happy with it. I'm just gonna try play some of it back, at least. But yeah, this has been a long one. This has taken me quite a while, but it's been cool. It's been fun to stream the whole process and leave it off on my channel for people to come and check out. But yeah, I am going to call it there for today. And it's not going to really ram preview past this point because this is where it gets quite intense. So I think I'm just going to leave it playing up to here. Ooh, that's looking good. I'm very happy with that. It's a shame I can't show it in its final quality now, but yeah. Look out for it on Instagram. But yeah, thank you to anyone who has stopped by for the whole of this process and anyone who has watched it back on YouTube. These are quite long streams and probably get a little bit boring at points, but I think it's just cool to leave out there for people to come and check out. But yeah, cool. All right. Thank you very much, and